All right, let's discuss what's going on with Republican Senator Bob Corker of Tennessee. He's the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, you along with the ranking Democrat, Ben Cardin of Maryland, you sponsored this Iran nuclear arrangement, this Review Act of 2015. It gives the Congress 60 days to consider the Iran agreement. What do you hope to achieve now, though, that 42 Democrats are clearly with the president, more than enough to sustain a presidential veto?
Well, Wolf, we have a bipartisan majority. The two most knowledgeable Democrats on foreign policy issues, the ranking member, Senator Cardin, the former ranking member and chairman, Senator Menendez, who opposed this, so along with two other very distinguished Democrats. So, look, at the end of the day, the majority of Congress opposes this deal. The vast majority of the American people oppose this deal. And, you know, at the end of the day, we know this is an executive agreement. The president made no attempt to do something that Congress would approve. He could have brought it as a treaty. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. We would be discussing a treaty. Instead, he decided he was going to go straight to the UN Security Council, cut Congress out, cut the American people out, and so we're having this review. And I think where we have won is in the court of public opinion, and what we have done is set it up for the next chief executive to look at this in a very different way in about a year and 4 or 5 months. So look, I wish we could have, stopped it. I really do think it's bad for our country, and it's just hard to believe, Wolf, that we had this country, a rogue country with a boot on its neck, and we were going to dismantle their program, as the president said, end their nuclear program, as the president said, and instead this agreement with U.S. approval causes them to industrialize their program. So look, I'm disappointed we haven't been successful, but we have been successful in illuminating the many flaws, right, and we've done so in a bipartisan way. Last night,
Senator Ted Cruz, he's a Republican. He really went after you and Ben Cardin on Hannity, on the Sean Hannity show on Fox. I want you to listen to what he said.
Okay. I fought hard against Corker Cardin when it was coming up. I introduced legislation, an amendment to have it require the affirmative approval of Congress, and it was Republican leadership who killed that and who pushed through this toothless deal.
All right, so he's blaming you for the arrangement that was eventually worked out. Your response?
Yeah. Well, all I can say is Senator Cruz was a co-sponsor of this bill and voted for it. So I don't know. That's my only response. He was a strong supporter. He put his name on it. And he knew that the president had the ability to do this by executive agreement, unfortunately. And he knew that this was the only way for us to counter what was happening. So I don't know why he would make the comments that he made on this program. But again, I was glad to see someone like Senator Cruz, who is so embedded in constitutional responsibilities and how the Congress should react, put his name on this piece of legislation and strongly support it.
One question. You're the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. The White House now saying the president is ready to maybe take in as many as 10,000 Syrian refugees next year. About 1,500 have been allowed in this fiscal year. It's going to cost some money. Are you ready to support the president with the financial commitment that will be necessary?
Well, look, Wolf, I think, I don't want to be a broken record. I know other people have said the same thing. This is the result of the president not following through on what he said he would do in August of 2013. So when Assad used chemical weapons against his people and we didn't follow on and do the 10-hour operation roughly that was going to occur when the opposition had momentum. So look, we're going to have a lot of extensive hearings. This whole issue should not be handled in a sort of just a quick response, knee-jerk reaction. We need to look at the region. This is a sad state of affairs that this administration has a hand in creating and not stopping. And we're going to be, over the next 5 or 6 weeks, really delving into this with great detail. So look, right now the United Nations has a lot to say with what type of refugees are taken in. I think we want to look at that. We want to understand. We want to take in some of the Christians that have been persecuted. What about the Iraqis who helped us so much while we're in Iraq and have been abandoned? So obviously we have some ownership. We need to look at it in an appropriate way.
Senator Corker, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.